We're all looking to make $1 million, but we're not willing to put in the work to get there. It comes down to your habits. If you listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, read news articles, whatever, follow some of the most successful people in the world, it all comes down to their habits. They do the same thing repetitively over a long period of time. They have a routine. They've got structure in their life. You're not going to get anywhere being airy-fairy, being flowery. You have to have a routine. As a business owner, you've got to get up every day and do the same tasks. It's as simple as that. It might not be exactly the same every day, but typically it comes down to the same habits. Same with going to the gym. You want to get big, you want to get skinny, whatever it is, muscly, six-pack, whatever your goals are in terms of fitness, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by not being consistent with it. You have to have the habits built into your lifestyle. You live what you want to achieve. You want to be a millionaire, you have to live like a millionaire. People get this so wrong. They think that in order to live like a millionaire, they just have to look successful and to spend more money. That isn't living like a millionaire. If you really look at what millionaires do, people that earn 20 million, 40 million, $100 million a year, really actually sit down and analyze what they do. They're doing the same things as each other, and they all do the same things all the time. It's their habits. They wake up early for a start. Wake up early, make their bed. I highly doubt there's any millionaires out there that just wake up and don't make their bed. If they are, I don't know, they've got some internal issues going on. It's the first win of the day. You wake up, you make it, done, ready to go. It's like brushing your teeth, you don't even think about it. That's what kind of habits you need to build into your life in order to achieve these things. If you want to become a multimillionaire, wake up early, you brush your teeth, you do your shower. The actual routine and when you do it isn't important. It's just about getting the things off the plate, those small achievements. If you can wake up in the morning and you can win a few things before you get to work and start working, you're already halfway there for the day. That's how it works, because you're training your mind to win. You're becoming a winner. That's how millionaires operate. They're constantly winning, bloodthirsty when it comes to winning, right? They don't even think about losing. They don't even think about failing. Failure is not even an option, right? Losing is not an option. It's all about winning. How do you win? You stack every single little one on the way to the top. That's what these millionaires do. Going to the gym, making sure you're fit and healthy. There's people out there that make a lot of money. I've met them myself. They don't look after their health. They don't look after themselves. And so when they have a setback in their life, they're not even able to deal with it because they can't even control their own body and their own mindset. The first most important win of your life is to be able to master your own mind. If you can't master yourself, then how can you expect to master business? Or how can you expect to help other people if you can't even master your own personal self? And in order to master yourself, you have to control yourself, right? You have to be the master of your character. What does that mean? Right now, if you're not a millionaire and you want to become one, you have to completely change who you are. You have to pin down your old character and direct it like a video game into achieving the things that you want. If you want more sales and it's just you don't have a team around you or anything, what is it that you can do? If you are controlling a character in a video game and that character is you, what would you get that character to do? Irrespective of whether it's happy or not, what are those things that the character must do to make sales? You've got to reach out to people, you got to message people, you got to call people, email people, whatever it is. That's how you get the sales. And it's the same for every little task out there. Just using sales as an example. You have to pin down your old character and you have to be ruthless about getting that old character to transform into the new one. You have to transform yourself personally into someone who lives like a millionaire, who acts like a millionaire, who thinks like a millionaire, who has the same habits as a millionaire. There's no other way to do it. It's as simple as that. If you don't believe me, go look at everyone else out there. The ones that you respect and that you follow, the ones that you consume content day in and day out, they're levels above you now. So most of the content that they create is so far ahead of you that it doesn't even help you. You have to find people that are a bit closer to where you want to go. But if you look at what they are doing, what they have done to achieve those things, it's been through consistency and effort. Waking up early. If you wake up at 5 a.m. every day, it means that you get a few extra hours compared to everyone else. Most people are sleeping until 7 or 8 a.m. If you get those few extra hours, it means that you get a few extra hours to put into your business, to put into your work. Staying up a bit late is another one, although I would recommend that you get sleep. You need to have those 8 hours of sleep, because if you wake up the next day, you're not going to be fresh. You're not going to be smart, right? You're not going to have a clear head. Your mind won't be sharp at all. So you have to get those 8 hours. They're super important. But if sometimes you have to stay up a bit later, then fine. Most people have a routine in some way, shape or form. And when I say routine, I don't mean that they follow a set structure. I don't mean that they wake up every day and they, write in their journal, and then after that they meditate, and then after that they read a book, and then, they write down their goals. I don't mean all that crap. Some people do it on some days, some people do it on other days, but most of the time life gets in the way. You can't stick to a routine really to the T like that. It's just impossible. I very highly doubt that most people even do it who are making 10 mil, 20 mil a year plus, right? Because they're so busy. There's so many other things going on. It's just going to be too difficult to do. But you should make sure that you have some level of variety into your routine. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If you're going to read a book, for example, you don't have to read it at the same time each day, but you should be reading a book throughout the week. So have a book You read it when you can. Make sure you go outside. You have fresh air. You connect yourself with nature to be spiritual, all that kind of fun stuff, right? If you don't do that, you're trapped inside all the time working. But you can't do it every day because you have things to do. You have responsibilities. So it has to be through adding that variety to your week, okay? So maybe you go and do it on a Saturday or on a Sunday. This way you can balance it out. If you try and stick to a routine, you're just gonna struggle. I've been there. I've done 90 days doing the same habits all the time. It's very difficult because sometimes your life just gets in the way of things and you have to do something else. Sometimes there's a fire in your business, an emergency, a staff member, there's a sales call, whatever it is. And that's going to affect your routine and your habits. So you have to be able to balance it out with that variety aspect. You have to look at it in that way. But most of the millionaires, people that build these multi-million-dollar companies, if you want to become the same, you have to do these things. Waking up early, making sure that you go and get fresh air and take your mind off things. Gravity was solved or figured out or learned or whatever it is from just sitting around doing nothing. An apple fell on a guy's head, right? How did he do that? He wasn't working, he was sitting around chilling out. You have to give yourself space to refresh and reset. Bill Gates reads all the time. Warren Buffett reads all the time. Yes, they're already rich. You can make that argument, but they weren't working 24/7, okay? They value highly the ability to step back away from your work and what you are doing so that you can think clearly. This is why meditation is so good. If you can sit and meditate 5-10 minutes a day. You don't have to do it at the same time every day, but you can do it often enough so that it provides you with that benefit. Little other things as well, like eating healthy, making sure you're not eating burgers and crap all the time. I know it's hard for those of you in the US, most of the food is just spiked with poison, but you can go and find good food in most places, I'm sure, if you look hard enough. The same, unfortunately, also applies to other countries. There's a lot of choice out there. Most of us lean towards that fatty, unhealthy, sugary foods. Me personally, I prefer more of a healthier take, but that's just because I've built it into my lifestyle. That's just the way I live. But sometimes every now and then I'll go and get a McDonald's because, again, balance and variety. You need to have it to give yourself reminders on why you were doing the things that you're doing. You're not a robot, you're a human. So you have to understand that when you create these habits, when you build them into your life and when you follow them. There's some people out there, particular coaches and things like that, they'll just be relentless on telling you to wake up as early as possible. They'll make sure they wake up earlier than you. They're always doing the same exact steps. If that works for them, awesome. But for most people, it doesn't because we ain't robots. Just make sure that you understand what it is that you need in your personal life for your spiritual health, for your emotional health, for your physical health, and that you implement them throughout the week. You should be going to the gym 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, but sometimes you need a rest. You also got to listen to your body. Nothing needs to be rigid. You should have some level of understanding on yourself and what you need, but you should also make commitments to yourself. If you know that you need to be waking up at 5 a.m. every day for the next few weeks, stick to it as much as you possibly can. And if after those few weeks you want to rest, then you can do it because you've managed to achieve the thing that you said that you would do. And this is how you build out the habits that will make you a multimillionaire. If you enjoyed this content, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.